Hey guys, and welcome back to BBE TV. I am Katie Roberts. I know you're used to seeing Gil on the couch, but we're trying something a little different today. So I'm here instead, and we're here with Wilhelm Duke, the amazing Swedish-American speed rapper, which is kind of crazy.
Correct. Hi, Katie. Thank you for having me. Also, Ignat. Shout out, Ryan.
Yeah, shout out. They're behind the camera right now. So first off, you recently released Chrome Adrenaline. I mean, I guess depends on how soon you would say recent. Within this last year, which I listened to it nonstop last night, and it's so good. It's very solid.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I would probably say speed rap is my favorite, just because I love the flow of it.
Speed Force.
Or Speed Force, thank you.
With Dean Akbar, shout out, yes.
Yeah, and I also saw on your Instagram, which we'll link it in the description, you have a live performance of you guys performing that.
Yes, so we just performed live at Sonic Palace for their Virtual Dynasty series, which is it's a live stream series. And then we also just performed it at Bourbon on Division Friday for a showcase we did with a lot of other talented Chicago artists. But yeah, I've been trying to perform that a lot with him. It seems to translate well live. So
yeah, no, it's really impressive.
Thank you.
You have like a lot of really cool, not only just songs, but collaborative songs on the album. And I was curious if there was like a favorite one that you might have, or one that you were like, you guys have to go listen to this one.
So yeah, outside of Speed Force with Dean Akbar, favorite collaborations, I can't really say I have a favorite collaboration. All of the records on Chrome Adrenaline were more so like definitely my vision. So like I would make 50 to 75% of the record, and then I would send it out to the various artists, and because I wanted their feature, their piece, to be added to the record. I guess definitely check out the track Bounce House featuring Pooh GYD. Pooh GYD is the only artist on the album that didn't share the record, and that's because he recently got locked up in Baltimore. So shout out Pooh. Hopefully he can be released sometime. I don't know any other information about it. So he hasn't been active on his Instagram for about 3 or 4 months now. So, but yeah, definitely check out, not to bring up a bad time, but definitely check out Bounce House featuring Pooh GYD. Shout out Pooh GYD. Go follow him when he gets out. Hopefully we can communicate with him again. So,
yeah.
But yeah.
Damn. And so you also do a lot of different blog posts on your website. And like little essays, I guess, if that's more a better term than blog.
I do. I have essays. I also do music blog posts for a variety of Chicagoland recording artists, bands too, mostly rappers though.
Yeah,
for sure.
You ended up making one, I think it's the most recent one, about this album, and I liked a lot of the things that you described it as, because I feel like it really comes through within the album, kind of being like that smart, sexy, cool, like fast cars, fast women, like you've succeeded. It really comes through.
Thank you. Yeah, so kind of the idea with Chrome Adrenaline comes from my love for a lot of different films, things like the Alien franchise, Mad Max, different anime influences. Chrome Adrenaline itself is a reference to like Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas with Johnny Depp and Benicio del Toro, as well as it's also a part homage and reference to TWISTA's Adrenaline Rush from 1997. So yeah, with Chrome Adrenaline, I really wanted to when it comes to the sounds and what was going on from the track listing, I really wanted to kind of capture that smart, cool, sexy vibe, kind of bring you back to maybe the first time when you saw Cool World with Brad Pitt, something like that, or just some of your first times watching, your favorite action films how those made you feel. I wanted to try to capture that essence sonically through the medium of hip hop. So, sorry, long-winded answer to that question.
Absolutely.
That's Chromodrenalin, though. So,
yeah, and that's kind of what I was saying is like it really comes through. And I know I was reading through some of your more anime influences because I'm a huge anime fan and video game fan.
dope.
And I know some of them you listed was like Cyberpunk and Akira, and I was like, listening to this after reading that, I was like, I could see myself driving around in Cyberpunk and this playing on the radio type thing.
Oh, hell yeah. 2077 shout out. Kind of a broke game when it came out, but it's a lot
now,
it's a lot better now. Oh yeah, it's a lot better now. Also check out, what was it? On Netflix, Cyberpunk Edge Runners, the anime. Fantastic anime. It also, there's a lot of, if you like any Ubisoft video games, in the Edge Runners anime, there's a lot of Ubisoft references. So for all you video game anime nerds, if you play Ubisoft video games, check out Edge Runners for sure on Netflix. But
It also helps too because if you are a fan of just the game Cyberpunk, in Edge Runners, and I guess in Cyberpunk now, they make references to one another, and you can find different things from the anime within the game now. They like did a update to put stuff in.
oh yes, Easter eggs. Absolutely. Okay.
It's pretty cool.
I didn't even realize that. No. Okay. That makes me think now. That gets my brain kind of going.
Yeah, there's
Okay.
a thing now where you can find, I can't remember what the main character's name is, in Edge Runners, but you can find his like jacket and wear it around, and then it plays like the first half, if not the whole first episode, as like a flashback within the game.
Okay. Shit.
It's
I'm
crazy.
gonna have to. Yeah. I'm gonna have to get back on Game Pass tonight then
Yeah.
and run that back. Okay.
No, it's crazy. It's really cool though. And I was gonna ask too, was there, I mean, you kind of listed a lot of the influences, but is there any specific song on the album that you're like, this song was specifically based on this? I know Duke's Inferno used some Rick and Morty clips from a certain episode. I can't remember which episode, but I remember what it was about, where like a parasite comes in and pretends it's their uncle and like fills them with like memories, and then Rick kills it.
Yeah, Uncle Steve.
It was
Nobody
it made me
really
laugh.
has right. Nobody really has a real Uncle Steve. No, that's a good question. So yeah, Duke's Inferno definitely heavy with anime references. Rick and Morty is obviously a favorite. I think that's one of like the great American animation series.
Definitely.
But let me think. In terms of other records, specifically. Oh, okay. No, perfectly. Okay. The track number 5 on Chromodrenalin is called "Falling Down." Parentheses, Mikey Douglas. And as I was writing that record, I had rewatched the film Falling Down from 1992 or 3 with Michael Douglas. And it's a very interesting film that kind of satirizes race relations in Los Angeles in the early 90s. But everything that happens in that film is kind of, it's foreshadowed everything that we've been through as a like nation the last like 10 to 15 years. So the lyrics aren't necessarily based off that, but just the titling. I like to, when I title some of my tracks, I like to reference things that maybe are edgy or get you to think. Definitely a history buff, obviously a movie buff as well. So I'll definitely sprinkle a lot of that in my records. But lyrically, Falling Down is just me going crazy over the track. But it's not necessarily, it's not a direct correlation to anything thematically in that film. But yeah.
Sick. I lost my train of thought. Oh
Yeah, sorry, that was a lot.
no, that
but
was good.
These are great questions, and I appreciate the space and availability to rant. So
No, absolutely, keep doing it because you got some good answers.
thank you, I appreciate it.
I wanted to talk about one of the songs off your album. It's one of the ones down in the track, and it's the song "Persevere."
Okay, for sure. Featuring Ramon Serrano.
Yeah,
For sure. Okay.
First off, amazing song. Something about this album that I really enjoy is it all flows really well together, but it's also all the differences in the songs where some are more smooth, some are more jagged, some are like really fast, some are a little bit more laid back. They're all great, and Persevere really stood out to me as like this different kind of song, and especially because the whole song is about self and kind of loving yourself and how it's good to rely on people and to make these connections with people, but you have to not be so codependent that if they suddenly leave, you lose who you are.
Yeah. Nail on the head with the. That's definitely what the track is about. That's a great analysis. Yeah. So the hook is, what are you going to be doing next year when the people you thought would be there, not here? Let's face facts. Let's kill fear, etc. So, being in the Chicago music scene for over a decade, having a lot of, experience doing various things, you're going to meet a lot of different people, and certain people that are in your life are only temporary. You might build with this person for a period of time. You might build with another person for another period of time. But best to always remember that like you need to have your own business and thing, your foundation, your stability figured out, so that you're not feeling lost or caught up in negativity when these relationships or things fall out, and no bad blood or whatever, just people move on, and sometimes things don't work, so you'll collaborate with someone, it doesn't work out, and then it's like, oh, okay. And, people just kind of move on. So, yeah, just best to always remember to keep yourself intact.
Yeah.
For sure.
When you were writing the song or, like, performing the song, was there any memory or any, I'm trying to think of what the word is, it's just something that you kind of conjured to, like, bring out those words or to bring out that emotion when you were rapping?
So I've had various rap collaborators and partners over the years that I no longer work with in any capacity or facet, and I wish them all the best of luck and success. Just kind of what is the phrase, I want to see them eat, just not necessarily at my table, so to speak. But no, that's really, that's where the inspiration for the track lies. And I also think my featured verse, Ramon Serrano, we've both had similar experiences coming up in Chicago music. And so I think his lyrics definitely speak to that as well. So.
Yeah. No, they both mesh so well. And you can kind of like hear both of your experiences in your voice. It really does come through.
Thank you.
On a different note, you have posted that you recently worked under TWISTA, which is insane.
Yeah. Thank you.
If anyone doesn't know who TWISTA is, he is another speed rapper, but he is renowned. He was in the Guinness World Records for being like the fastest rapper before I believe Eminem came in and took the spot. But it's still like
wait, what?
Well, they're different measurements. There's different ways of measuring it. I mean, it's arguable because
that's what I was trying to figure out. I couldn't figure it out.
The Godzilla track by Eminem is like the most amount of words. And specific verse length. But I guess technically, Eminem hasn't been measured by Guinness in the same way that TWISTA was measured by Guinness in the 90s.
That's what I was confused because. That's why I was confused because originally I was looking and it said TWISTA had like the fastest, and then Eminem took over. I was like, I feel like I should know if that was true, but I was like, I'll bring it up and then I can be corrected if it's wrong. So that's good to know.
Yeah, it's it's debate. I would definitely say, well, as someone who's worked for TWISTA, obviously TWISTA's faster than Eminem. You know what I'm saying? And he's also
confused.
like, I like TWISTA more than Eminem as like rapper to.
Well, no, that's why I was confused.
Definitely, it's an argument. It's a debate. I mean, even TWISTA on Drink Champs, he doesn't even claim that he's like an originator necessarily of the style or the art form.
Yeah.
But no, you bring up a good point. That's a huge conversation for sure. Eminem has tracks like Rap God where he did like all these different speeds and style switch ups on that record, and then he has things like Godzilla featuring Juice WRLD where apparently he breaks another record. So I guess it's definitely a conversation, but Eminem hasn't done technically what Twista's done with the Guinness thing. So that, that's a whole separate measurement right there. But yeah, working for TWISTA, I worked from December 2021 up until about September, October of 2022. And, just very eye-opening experience, very grateful to have the experience. Got to do a lot of really cool stuff. Worked a lot out of their studio, and they have a few studios, one of them in New Lenox, Illinois. So I would drive out to New Lenox about 3 times a week. TWISTA is super down to earth, very, just like anybody else, very cool to talk to, very humble, genuine person. And I learned a lot. So,
yeah. Do you have any funny stories or anything that you learned there that you think that other people should know about?
At least 85 to 90% of artists are upset and disgruntled with their record label deals. What else? There's a lot I could speak to. Certain studio etiquette. TWISTA would spend about 3 hours tracking one song very diligently. Very particular about punches and punching in. The industry, the music industry, there's still a lot of systems and things in the music industry that are controlled by, multi-decade long relationships at, various companies, corporations, radio, record labels, different media outlets, media companies. And I'm an independent artist, rapper, MC, what have you. But even though it's it's wide open these days with social media and what people are able to accomplish just putting out their own work, selling it, streaming it, releasing content, developing brands, selling product and merchandise alongside that. There's still a lot of things that are kind of inaccessible to a lot of people. So it's who is very important. Who is more important than what or, even your talent or your work ethic to an extent. So,
yeah.
I guess that's a broad way of bringing everything I learned together kind of in that explanation. but yeah.
Yeah. And talking about that social media marketing side of things, you do all of that for yourself, right?
Correct. So my wife, Candice, and I, we do all of the social media for Wilhelm Duke. We have a brand called Video Sushi, which is kind of like the delicacy of video content creation. And consistency is very important. Developing a, what is it called? Well, I guess consistent is also the word for the brand identity. You don't want to be all over the place. And I do recommend utilizing all 4 of the platforms. Although if you're successful on one, definitely double down on that. If you're able to build a huge following on YouTube or Instagram, definitely continue to reinforce that. But I would also pay attention to basically the big 4: TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. I would utilize all 4 of them, especially if you don't really have any consistent or large thing going on any one platform and you're trying to push your art. So,
yeah. And also, talking about Candice, she is your lovely fiance. I saw you guys got engaged not too long ago.
Yes, we did. Don't really know any future plans of specific things right now, but yes, we are engaged. Definitely, it was overdue for that. So, it was definitely about time on my end.
But
so
congratulations.
Shout out Candice Elise Augustin, soon to be Augustin. So
yeah. No, we're definitely going to put her info down in the description as well. You should definitely go check her out.
Yes, please do, because she is a painter as well as a graphic designer. So, commissions. She does that. So for sure.
Yeah, and you should definitely check out her Instagram because she is gorgeous, and
thank you.
She has some amazing artwork and just some really cool photos up there. So yeah, definitely go check her out.